My son stood up at Sunday brunch and said, "I don't want your last name anymore. My new dad says you're a loser. I'm taking a real man's name." The room went dead quiet. A week later, the family lawyer called my ex and asked, "Ma'am, do you understand what you just let him sign away?" There were 20 relatives squeezed around that table, forks frozen midair, phones already angled like they smelled a viral moment. My ex sat there smiling like she'd been waiting years for this. Her husband leaned back, proud, like he'd trained my kid to do a trick. I didn't argue. I didn't plead. I pulled an envelope from my jacket and slid it across the table. "Fine," I said. "Sign here." My son stared at the paper. Then he grabbed the pen. Slow motion. His fingers tightened. The pen tip hovered. He glanced at his mom. She nodded once. He signed fast and hard, like it was a trophy. My ex raised her glass in a fake toast. I lifted mine too and looked right at him. "May you get everything you just asked for." This didn't come out of nowhere. After the divorce, my ex started rewriting history. Suddenly I was pathetic, and her husband was a provider. My son copied his haircut, his slang, his attitude. The new guy kept calling me by the wrong name on purpose, smiling every time I corrected him. And my ex loved every second, so 3 years earlier I prepared. I had the family trust updated with one clause buried deep inside it. If any descendant voluntarily renounced the family name, they forfeited everything tied to it. No takebacks. No appeals. No, I was a kid. That brunch wasn't just disrespect. It was documentation. He signed in front of witnesses. Some of them even filmed it. 3 days later, the fallout started. My son logged into his college portal, and his legacy scholarship was gone. Just deleted. A big balance replaced it like he'd never existed. He refreshed the page until his face went white. My ex waved it off. "It's a glitch. Relax." Then his insurance card stopped working. Then his health coverage vanished. Then a paid spot he'd been promised at a family company disappeared overnight. Every safety net snapped, one after another. On Friday, my ex got a call from a number she didn't recognize. She answered on speaker, because of course she did. "Hi," a calm voice said. "This is counsel for the family trust. I'm confirming your son's voluntary renunciation. Clause 14.7 has been executed. He is no longer a beneficiary." My ex laughed like she'd heard a joke. "You can't do that." The lawyer didn't laugh back. "He signed away eligibility in front of witnesses," he said. "This action is binding. There is no appeal." The line went quiet. Then my ex dropped the phone like it burned. My son just sat there, staring at nothing. That night, at 2:17 a.m., he texted me, "Dad, can we talk, please?" I read it. I didn't answer. By Saturday, they tried in person. They drove up to my place like they still had access. The gate code didn't work. The lock beeped red. My ex hit the keypad again, harder, like attitude could fix it. My son stood behind her, jaw tight, staring at the house he used to call home. I watched from inside and didn't move. Not out of spite, out of clarity. Later, my son called me from the driveway, voice low. "Dad, can I undo it?" My ex hissed in the background, "Tell him to fix this." I didn't even open the door. A few days later, he showed up at another family gathering with his mom, acting normal, smiling too hard. Nobody smiled back. Halfway through, a courier walked in and handed him an envelope. He opened it right in the middle of the room. Inside was a clean list. Scholarship revoked. Healthcare revoked. Insurance revoked. Estate rights revoked. Company shares revoked. Even the family plot revoked. At the bottom was one handwritten line, "Blood matters, but names carry weight. You gave yours away." My father, his grandfather, stood up without a word and walked out. No speech. No warning. Just the sound of a chair scraping the floor. After that, the room kept talking, but nobody talked to my son. He wasn't family anymore. He was a guest. That night, he whispered at dinner, "I guess they really cut me off." He looked at his stepdad like he expected a rescue. He got silence. His stepdad took a slow sip of wine and shrugged. "Looks like it." And that was the moment my son finally understood. He didn't join a new family. He just burned down the only one that ever carried him. All for a last name he thought was just letters.